Oh, g'day everybody, welcome along to the next Rob's Roundup. Coming to you in November already. It's hard to believe we're this far through the year for our council meeting on Wednesday the 8th of November, which is again going to be live streamed on YouTube. So if you want to come along and watch, feel free to join us. So I've got a pretty light agenda this time round, although we've still managed to fill in the day. We're good at that. So we're kicking off at 9:30 and we're firstly going to hear from a couple of our sort of partner stakeholders, Active Southland. They're going to talk about the updated Spaces and Places strategy. And then we've got the Southland Warm Homes Trust coming in, and they'll chat to us about how they've utilised the grant that they got through the last long-term plan process. So it'll be really good to hear from them. We've got my Mayor's report in there again, which is where I sort of go through some of the things that I've been up to over the last few weeks, and the councillors also have an opportunity to talk about some of the events and the things that they've been involved with. And the new initiative that we've got is also hearing from our community boards. So last time around we heard from Northern Fiordland and Ardlassa, and this time around we're going to hear from Oriti and Stewart Island. So look forward to hearing from those board chairs. We've also got Contact Energy coming in to report on the wind farm that they're doing out Wyndham Way. So this is it's a fast-track consent process, so we don't actually have any involvement other than we objected to it. We were more keen for it to go down the standard process, but nonetheless it's ended up where it's ended up, and so central government's handling that fast-track consent. But they have been following through and doing some strong community engagement, and part of that is coming along to talk to us and give us an update on their proposed wind farm and where they're at. So that'll be good to chat to them, and I'm sure some of the councils will have some questions. So what else we got? We've got the policy stuff again, so the smoke and vape free open spaces policy that came up a few weeks ago. It's now up to the deliberation and adoption stage. An interesting one here, we've got one called the planned property disposals. So we've asked staff to come up with a list of properties that we own. We've got quite a lot sort of all around Southland of land that we've ended up with over the many years, even going back to the county days post 1989, where we've inherited a lot of land. So it's basically having a look at what we do have and whether we need it or not, because there's obviously no point in sitting on land that's got some value that could have the income sort of better used somewhere else. And while we're talking about long-term plan and rates and everything else, if we can find some alternative income sources, then that's certainly going to be useful. So there's an initial list of properties there for us to sort of go through and have a bit of a strategic look at. Not to say that we're going to get rid of all of them or anything like that, but just the opportunity to have a look and assess what we've got. We've got the District Initiatives Fund allocation. So this is a fund that's available to groups that want some funding for if their activity covers more than 2 community board areas. So if you're just covering one community board area, you'd normally go for the Community Partnership Fund at your local community board, but if you're extending across more than one area, then you can apply to the District Initiatives Fund. So that's got about $67,000 to dish out for the year. There's 2 rounds, one in September and one in March, so this will be the first one for this financial year. And I think there's about 5 applications there, totaling 25 grand. So that's sort of sitting roughly at just underneath half of that. So that's good to see those groups are out there, and we can support our community groups to get stuff done. Also got the Sport New Zealand Rural Travel Fund allocations. So it's a September round. This one we get funding from Sport New Zealand to support our schools and our communities have to travel some distances to do their sports. We all know how much fuel costs these days, so that really helps fund that. So we've got 18k available this year, and I think there's 5k worth of applications this time around. So it's good to support our schools and being able to get to those long distances. And what else have we got? The last one is just establishing an executive committee. So when I started this triennium, I basically went with just the council and no committees, and this is just a formality that just to sort of increase the flow and help us run effectively, just to have an executive committee with myself, the Deputy Mayor, and our external appointee in there as well. So that's my suggestion for having that, and just really a formality for making sure that we're running as efficiently as possible. We've got a couple of workshops after that on climate change and the arts and heritage strategy. So yeah, like I say, not a very big day. The 65-page agenda was certainly a lot better than the last one that was up in the 700s. So a lot less light reading for the councillors this weekend. I'm sure they would have appreciated that. But yeah, it'll still be a good productive day. So yeah, come along and watch, and look forward to seeing you there. Catch you later. Have a good one, guys.